Hey y'all, thanks for checking out the mining. So today we'll be talking about my cell phone mining farm. We talked about battery bloating, something that I experienced. I really had hoped I'd never had any content to show you about battery bloating, but your luck is my uh, sad reality, I guess. So I'll be showing some battery bloating examples a little later on. Talk about VerusCoin halving that's coming up and basically the state of VerusCoin. So let's hop over, take a look at the pools. I use Luckpool. It's just the first one that I pretty much started using and didn't really never changed off of it. Works fine, no problems. If we look at difficulty over here, we can see that it's been pretty much sideways for almost 6 months, 5 months almost for sure. It was really just at the end of September that it really jumped up, and it went from around 7 and went upwards of 15, 16. So it really jumped up quite a bit. Right now it is up pretty high, 13, 14. So it's been kind of going sideways at that range, and we'll see where that takes it. We know that in the near future is going to be the halving. Now, if you ever come to Mining Pool Stats, if you just go to the main page, they have a calendar or an events calendar, and it doesn't have everything, but it does have some things. And one thing that it has is the VerusCoin halving. It's going to be going from a reward of 6 VerusCoin to 3. So just cutting it right in half, obviously the halving. So this is going to be a really big hit to miners. Also with the increased hash rate doubling as it is right now from where it was just about a month ago, almost less than a month ago. So for doubling hash rate, going to be losing half as much in the rewards. We're going to see who's going to be left standing at the end of this. Maybe there's going to be some other tokens, other things people are going to want to start looking into mining other than VerusCoin. It's been good to me so far. I'm going to stick with it. My farm is doing pretty strong. VerusCoin right now, doing pretty good. 364. If we go out from a month, you can see where it really jumped up. We'll go 3 months out. The price just went parabolic from $1.50 to $3.50. So really couldn't complain much with that, especially since I've been mining during this time. I could not complain about that at all. Profitability is definitely there. If we look at profitability, we can hop over here. You can see that my farm in general, I did expand on my expansion. I got 10 new phones, and I had bought that Verizon plan because I wasn't able to figure a way to activate each phone without a Verizon plan. So I was able to take the SIM card out of it, put it in another card, activate it, take it out, put it in the next one, so on and so forth, and go right down the line. I did have one of my viewers mention that I should have been able to get a Verizon SIM card, maybe perhaps an old one, a used one. I don't know, something, but I didn't get that. I just bought one, a Verizon SIM card, just paid for the $30 plan. And I had 10 phones, so it was basically $3 a phone. So in hindsight, I felt it was a good buy. So, but I was getting near the end of that 30 days where I had that cell phone plan, and I thought, you know what, maybe I can get 5 more phones real quick. So they're going for about $100 for the 5 phones. I've been getting the Orbic Joys. I love the Orbic Joys, as you can clearly see. They've been doing really well for me. So I grabbed 5 more. As soon as I got them. Hit the SIM cards in them, and then right after I was done, I called Verizon, was going to cancel, and they said, oh, well, if you just don't make a payment tonight at midnight, it would cancel anyway. So down to the wire for sure. But I got 15 total phones, and that cost me an extra $2 per phone. So the phones were $20 a piece, so each phone really cost me $22, and I really can't complain because they're all running really solid. I get about 4.5 to 5.5 mega hash on each phone. Silicon Lottery rolls up and down, but nothing really below that on average. You can see some of the numbers in here are lower than others, and that's only because this takes a snapshot every so often. So sometimes you can see where it's like 7.16. Trust me, this phone does not run all the time at 7.16 mega hash. It is not there. That just happened to be a spike, so anyway, they're running really solid. Can't complain. Software's great. Phones are great. I love staying with them because once I configure one, I can pretty much just configure all of them as just as easily as the first one because they're all identical. And also, as you can see in here, I am short a couple phones. Now, I had the A03S phones, and I know some other YouTubers, especially I've seen Paperclip's channel. He loves those phones, and he has just just success after success story with his phones. Me, I wasn't so lucky. I guess I just, missed the draw. So the A03 had some trouble. All of a sudden, when I was going to start moving all of the software from the VerusBox miner, because that one was just always seemingly having a trouble with something or another. So I was changing software, and I noticed that one of the A03Ss was down. And I thought, well, when I get to it, I'll fix it. So I popped it out and I started to look at it. Let me just hop my camera over. So looking at it first, it looks fine, all good. When you come to this side, you can see where it is just it just popped open. I mean, clear as day. That's battery bloating, my friends, right there. You can see the top of this thing is just bowed. This used to be really thin, like over here. It's super thin, and it is just it just popped right open. So there you go, battery bloating. Now, I am grateful that this thing didn't pop and send acid all over whatever, or start a fire, or whatever might have happened, and it just shut off, and that was the end of it. So I was lucky, I guess. I don't know if that's something that happens often or not, but I did have the A03S1, and I had the A03S2. I had two of those phones. I was buying two phones of each because of Silicon Lottery. Sometimes it may be better or worse. So I went ahead and bought two. Well, I bought another A03S. I had the two of them. And when I started to grab that phone off the charger to update it, it felt a little thick also. And it's going to be a little tough to see. Let's see if you can see it. But you can see right in here where the glass is separated from the body of the phone. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the glass has been, pushed away, and the body's been pushed up. You can see a little bit of a bow on top, and also where the camera glass goes in, it's definitely been popped up as well. So just as I was going to be upgrading this one, because this was still working, I noticed this, and I said, you know what? I'm not even going to wait for it to pop like this one. I just unplugged it, and I let it mine until the battery died, and that's where it is. I could probably plug it back in, charge it up, and mine with it, but I really don't want to know or roll the dice and see if my luck holds up, if this could have caused a bigger problem. So the A03S number 2 is also off the board. So unfortunately, they are no longer with me. They were the two top ones up here just because of their lettering, but also because they did have some pretty good mega hash. I was always getting real solid with them. I wish I could say I had better luck, but I'm going to stay away from them. What I'm going to go with is the Orbic Joys. I love them. They're easy to configure. Can't complain. I just throw them in those trays that I've been buying. If you watched my other videos, those trays are just amazing. Also, you just, slap 6 phones in one tray, one plug outlet, off you go. So anyway, profitability. Let's talk about that. Profitability. So 24 hours, I'm getting about $1.38. Strangely enough, this is costing me about 38 cents a day in electricity. So I am profiting about $1 a day on the phones. So overall, I guess I can't complain. We'll see what happens when the halving comes around. Obviously, right now, if I'm getting about $1 a day, even if we said I'm getting, 90 cents a day, well, that means I'm going to instantly go down to 45 cents a day. Now, will a lot of people stop mining VerusCoin because of that? I'm sure there will be a lot of people that stop. And we'll see what happens with the difficulty, if it'll slide back down and then sort of offset that. Even though there was a halving, if the difficulty drops way back down again, it just might bring the profitability to be reasonable enough to continue on. But we'll see, and we won't know that until the halving, and that one was what, 80 days 80 days from today. So in 80 days we will know what happens. But for now, I'm sticking strong with VerusCoin. Love mining it. Super simple, easy to scale out and make a larger and larger farm, and I've been really happy with it. So Anyway, I'd love to see in the comments down below. Are you still mining VerusCoin? Are you going to go to the bitter end, or are you going to jump out before and maybe try to jump into one of these other tokens that you may be able to get before the hash rate of one of those goes to the moon if a lot of people do leave Verus? So I'd love to see in the comments down below. I appreciate y'all checking in. If you want to subscribe to the channel, button's right over there. If you watch any of my videos, I'll have one right up over there. Thanks for checking in. I'll see y'all next time.